News with no bias.
Exposed.
News with no exception.
Exposed.
Delivering nothing but the truth.
C1 Broadcasting Center, The Exposed.
Your news, our business.
Broadcasting live from EBC Newsroom, Iloilo.
Good evening, Philippines. Good evening, Iloilo.
This is Joshua Lloyd Villa,
And this is Hannah Chris Oliveros.
serving you the hottest and the most leading news of the hour. Your news, our business.
For the headlines, worst Mindoy. Typhoon Ulysses triggers massive flooding in southern Luzon. Resident caught by surprise. Government official tackled about issues and Manila Bay White Sand project.
For the international news, California fires 2020, home burns, 1,000 evacuated. Pfizer launches COVID-19 vaccine trial in 4 US states.
For the local news, farmers trash spoiled vegetables while poor go hungry. Face mask pollution is out of control. In science, positive effect of COVID-19. Impact of COVID-19 on nature.
Worse than Ondoy, Typhoon Ulysses triggers massive flooding in southern Luzon. Residents caught by surprise. Here's Evan Philip Monteo for the details.
A week and a half after the Philippines suffered a deadly hit from a super typhoon Rolly, another storm battered the country overnight into Thursday,
cutting power to millions and leaving at least 39 dead and 22 missing according to the military. Countless others were stranded, and by Friday, authorities said they had rescued more than 138,000 people. Super Typhoon Rolly narrowly sidestepped the capital region of more than 12 million this month. But Ulysses brought rain and winds of up to 105 miles per hour Wednesday night into Thursday. The Pag-asa issued a signal number 3 warning on a 1 through 5 scale for much of Luzon, including the Manila metropolitan area. The consecutive storms present double trouble for the Philippines' overcrowded evacuation centers, usually tent setups in gyms and schools, as the coronavirus continues to spread. The country surpassed 402,000 cases this week, the second highest number in Southeast Asia.
by Thursday afternoon, Ulysses was leaving the Philippines over the South China Sea. Its passage over Luzon weakened the storm, whose peak winds dropped to the level of Category 1 hurricane. Ulysses is projected to move west and come ashore in Vietnam on Saturday. This is Evan Philip Montejo, reporting.
Government official tackled about issues on Manila Bay White Sand project. Correspondent Brian Tasara reports.
Government officials tackled about issues like the possibility of threat to the bay and marine life near the area, mentioning health, legal, and economic issues if dumping of dolomite sand will be pursued. DOH confirms potential health hazard and urged Senator Binay to request for the suspension of the project. At the same time, Senator Antiveros said that the project is a bad timing due to the pandemic. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that the beautification project will help ease the public's anxieties and mental health problems. After it was open to the public due to the rainy season, black sand started to appear on white sand covered the beach, and DENR explained that the black sand overlay was a washed in, not washed out. This is your correspondent, Brian Casara.
California fires 2020, home burns, 1,000 evacuated. Remedios Eresma has this report.
10,000 of people evacuated due to the blistering heat wave, fueled dozens of simultaneous fires, and boosted by high wind. Millions of acres burned. Business and wine industry was affected, including the Napa Valley was under threat. In California-Oregon border, there are still fires that spread along. Hundreds of people were removed from their neighborhood by helicopters. Thousands were affected by the fire-related outages and the sky turned into orange as strong wind blew smoke in some other areas.
Crews tried to put down two wildfires in Southern California to ensure that flames would not harm a nearby state. Firefighters conduct a backfire operation on Brass at Chino Hills State Park last October 27. Around 71 State Highway burned by the Blue Ridge Fire. Governor Gavin Newsom of Chino Hills, California declared a statewide state emergency because of the damage brought by the wildfire. This is Remedios Sarasma reporting.
Pfizer launches COVID-19 vaccine trial in 4 U.S. states. We have changed St. Navarro, live from New York City, USA.
Drug makers launch a pilot delivery program for its experimental COVID-19 vaccine a week ago, with an efficacy rate of 90%. This is Pfizer's initial data release with a partnership to German BioNTech SE and will be delivered to 4 states, which are Rhode Island, Texas, New Mexico, and Phoenix. These 4 states are selected because of their differences in overall size, diversity of population and infrastructure, as well as states' capability in reaching individual in a rural and urban setting. Pfizer's vaccine must be shipped and stored at 70 degrees Celsius or negative 94 degrees Fahrenheit. On the other hand, rival Moderna Incorporated said that their vaccine was 94.5% effective in spreading of coronavirus based on interim data from a late-stage trial. This vaccine is more advantageous than Pfizer product due to the fact that it does not require ultra-cold freezing. Both of the vaccine used a new technology called synthetic messenger RNA to activate the immune system against the said virus. Aside from the effectiveness of Pfizer's vaccine, experts have concerns about the distribution of the said vaccine due to its specialized storage requirement. This is James and Navarro, live at New York City, USA.
Farmers trash spoiled vegetables while poor go hungry. We have Carl Daniel Gania for this report.
Farmers in Mountain Province in the Cordillera Administrative Region struggled in selling the vegetables they harvested. In the next couple of days, they are about to throw away tons of crops due to the severe lockdowns they are experiencing in Luzon. Cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage had already been disposed as flies were attacking on it. Also, vegetables like kayote, carrots, and potatoes probably will be next to be disposed. Joanne, a farmer, was worried together with her husband and their 3 children that their crops will not be sold. They fear that they may experience hunger in the midst of this pandemic. Julio Abrego, a poultry tracker, mentioned that around 100 chickens he about to sell died in transit due to long lines in checkpoints. According to Philippine Association of Meat and Processors Incorporated, or PAMPI, consumers might experience supply shortage of meat products around mid of April. Enrique Razon Jr.'s International Container Terminal Services Incorporated said that it will become impossible to operate in an efficient manner, as Manila Port has been congested. In Laguna, Bulacan, and Cavite, ICPSI offered off-site facilities for companies that are unable to bring their cargo due to the lockdown. The local government of Bukawi, Bulacan took initiative for help the farmers and bought 13 tons of vegetables and strawberries from Bauco Mountain Province, worth 500,000 pesos, to be distributed to residents to fight hunger to both farmers and consumers. This is Carl Daniel Gania reporting.
Face mask pollution is out of control. Roxanne Nardo has this report.
COVID-19 pandemic began in the Philippines. San Lazaro Hospital in Manila City, one of the government hospitals at the forefront of the country's battle against severe respiratory illness, has been generating an average of 10,000 kilograms of infectious medical waste every month. From March to June, it produced an estimated 29,000
473 kilograms of infectious healthcare waste, which according to the Department of Health includes used personal protective equipment, PPE, dressings, swabs, blood bags, urine bags, syringe, and test tubes. Most people are unaware that even masks have to be treated as infectious waste in accordance with Republic Act Number 6969 and Republic Act Number 9003, both of which prescribe guidelines for hazardous waste management, Sanyas said. He strongly advised households to segregate and isolate the mask for at least 3 days, the period that a virus could survive outside the host before disposing of them. Poorly disposed masks will end up scattered on roads or in rivers, where the DNR has been scooping them up. This is Roxanne Nario reporting.
Don't change your dial. We'll be right back with more news after these reminders.
Clock strike at 6:57 minutes before the hour of 7.
Mommy, can we live without water, air, and trees?
Of course not, honey. Why?
No, Mom. I'm just curious why people keep on polluting the environment.
So, honey, you must not do the same thing,
Okay, Mommy.
Stop polluting. Start caring. A friendly reminder from DENR and this station.
Now we're back. You're still listening to EC1 Broadcasting Center, The Exposed.
Positive effects of COVID-19. Here's Jocelyn Marie Gonzalez for the Science Update.
Good day, everyone. Here's Jocelyn Marie Gonzalez for the Science Update. As the coronavirus pandemic is continuous, deadly path, dramatic changes in how people live are reducing some instances of the other medical problems. Doctors and researchers are noticing some curious and unexpectedly positive side effects of the abrupt shifts in human behavior in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Skies are bluer, fewer cars are crashing, crime is falling, and some other infectious diseases are fading from hospital emergency departments. Other changes are unquestionably troubling. American doctors have expressed alarm over a nosedive in patients presenting to emergency departments with heart attacks, strokes, and other conditions, leading to fears that patients are too afraid of contracting COVID-19 to seek necessary medical care. But doctors, researchers, and public health officials says that pandemics is also providing a unique window through which to view some positive health effects from major changes in human behavior, and the pandemic may lead to a public more willing to accept and act on the public health messaging. This is Jocelyn Marie Gonzalez reporting.
Impact of COVID-19 on nature. Here's Emmanuel J. Gagula for the details.
There is a misperception that nature is getting a break from humans during the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead, many rural areas in the tropics are facing increased pressure from land grabbing, deforestation, illegal mining, and wildlife poaching. People who have lost their employment in cities are returning to their rural homes, further increasing the pressure on natural resources, while also increasing the risk of COVID-19 transmission to rural areas. Meanwhile, there are reports of increased deforestation in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Illegal miners and loggers are encroaching on indigenous territories, which could expose remote indigenous communities to the virus. Areas that are economically dependent on tourism face reduced resources as tourism has come to a halt, resulting in a rise in bushmeat or wild meat consumption in Africa. For the Science Update, this is Mago J. Hula.
This has been Joshua Lloyd Villa.
And this is Hanifris Oliveros.
See you again next time for another news with no bias. The Exposed. News with no exception. The Exposed. EC1 Broadcasting Center.
Your news, our business.
God bless and keep safe.